What's good in the hood, everybody? Welcome to Random Chit Chat with your girl. Yes, yours truly, Miss Jones. Let's get this thing popping like Meg the Stallion. So let me go ahead and tell you, grab your snack, grab your drink, grab your cigar, get your blunt, get cozied up, and let's kick it. So if you didn't know, today we have a special guest, my homegirl friend. She's a director. She do everything. Let me tell you something. I'll let her tell you what she do. She make movies. She's a notary. She's a businesswoman. She's all of the above. She's an actress. Miss Lady K in the house.
Hey, how you doing, Mama?
Hey, lady, how are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
Good, good, good. Glad to talk to you, of course. You know, in and outside of business, you are always my homegirl. So.
Oh, dang, you my shining star. I appreciate you.
All right. So if everybody out there don't know how this goes, every show I'll bring up five hot topics I'll go over with whoever my guest is, or if it's just me by myself. So again, first on the list is my girl, Lady K. We're going to talk about 5 different topics today. We're going to dive into the most serious topics so that we can go ahead and get that out of the way, and then we'll end with some fun stuff. So getting into it, we're going to get into talking about domestic violence. We all know that someone, if not ourselves, who has dealt with it in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And like Kelly Rowland said, sometimes you gotta, you gotta air that dirty laundry out. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta air that dirty laundry out. So let's talk about what before I say that, how we got to this conversation about domestic violence, because it doesn't just come up in regular conversations with people all the time. But I met Lady K. I call her Keela. I met her at this building downtown. A law firm I worked at moved to this building downtown, and she already worked there. And because we both are Aries, Aries fucking vibe, we instantly connected.
Definitely.
And became friends after that. And, deep conversation, we got into it, and she was telling me one day, we was walking on Belle Isle, I think we was having a smoke session.
Right.
And we was walking, talking, and smoking, and she told me her story. So, she doesn't have to give us, a whole drawn-out details and personal information of who it is and all that stuff, but I definitely want her to tell you what she wants to tell you about her journey. So go right ahead and talk to us.
Let's see, I don't want it to be a drawn-out story. Just to give you a setup and position of my life, I was a single mom of a daughter. She was about 5 at the time, and I had met a gentleman. He was 9 years my senior. And I felt comfortable with him. I felt secure. I did something that I had never thought I would ever do, and I moved in with him. I had never moved in with a guy. That was one of my things on my list that I wouldn't do, but he had made me that comfortable. Within a year of me being in the home with this guy, I ended up being pregnant. And I ended up getting sick in my pregnancy. And that's when I learned who the person that I thought I knew. And what I mean by that is I thought I knew him. But the dynamics changed in our household. I didn't have my own money. I had to depend on him. I was living in his home. So I started seeing different traits in him that was different. To fast forward at the end of my pregnancy, I had already made the decision 5 months into my pregnancy that I no longer wanted to be in this relationship with this person. So the biggest thing was just to go through it, deal with him, and get on my feet. And once that time came, I tried to have a conversation with him about my true feelings. And that's when the other monster came out. It was, you can't do this. You're not going anywhere. Fast forward, I made my move. And, of course, I had to make my move when he wasn't in the home. So I waited till he went and worked or whatever he had to do that day, and I left. And we were co-parenting for a good year. We were not in a relationship. I was on my way. He had went with his way. But we were, I thought, the perfect co-parenting couple. And one day when he got me by myself, he asked for his family back. And as soon as I said no, that's when that demon attacked me.
Wow.
I went from thinking that I was having a conversation with my son's father to literally, now mind you, I'm 5'4", he's 6 foot. At the time, I'm maybe 200 pounds. He's definitely over 400. You know, wide, big guy, you know. I woke up in the hospital the next day, coming out of a coma.
What?
And yes, I woke up the next day. It was not a domestic violence where I could sit and look in the mirror and say I got a black eye, or I can run and call the police. I don't want for I don't want your listeners to get so bored with this conversation. But my damages was I have a chip in my to this day I have a chip around my skeleton of my eyeball. There's a chip in there. I'm deaf in my ear on the same side. My two